Money, power, respect. The reason why these things are always listed in that order is because they are listed in the difficulty for which they are to attain. That means that money is the easiest to make. Yes, that includes for all you broke motherfuckers that are complaining all the time about how difficult life is and how hard life is because you don't have enough money and you can't make more money. That is not true. There are people that are much stupider than you, making way more money than you, merely because they're willing to do more work than you. That's all it boils down to. This is why other people are willing and able to make money and you're not. They're also thinking outside the box. Instead of getting a 9-to-5 job that they have to grind through for the rest of their lives and then complain about it every turn and then cry and complain that they just working their lives away, they're willing to do something else that hopefully they're at least good at or like to do. But even if not, they're willing to do it so that they have a higher possibility of return in the future, even though in the beginning it has a much lower level of return and a higher level of risk. There are people way stupider than you, making a whole lot more money than you merely because they're willing to outwork you. That's it. Now, if money is the easiest to make, that means if we jump to the other side, so money, power, respect, if we jump to the other side, man, respect is the hardest to attain. It is the most difficult to attain. Not only that, it is the easiest to lose. Now, I'm not saying that if you lose the respect of your peers and the people around you, that you can never gain it back. But I would venture to say that regaining your respect is more difficult than gaining it the first time. Now, we all know that a fool and his money is soon parted ways. And we all know that if a person loses power, they can find their way back into power. Because making money back again, there are countless examples of this on the internet. People lose everything and make everything back plus some. There are people that lose power and get back into power. It happens, and it happens more often than you think. It is more difficult to regain your respect. Now, what's crazy about this is most people, respect must be given. You have to earn respect. Make sure you understand that you make money, take power, you earn respect. Now, the ladder by which you earn that respect is actually super simple to build. The foundation and the basis of your level of respect is going to be built off of your integrity. Now, this is the thing about integrity. Integrity is not a choice, people. It is not a choice. You cannot decide that you have integrity. Integrity is super simple to have. It is a byproduct. Integrity is a byproduct of your words and your actions matching. It is a byproduct of that. A lot of people also have this idea that integrity is based on morality. Integrity is amoral. You can be highly immoral, and if you always do exactly what you say you're going to do, you have integrity. Integrity is not based on morality. So you can't say that you have integrity just because you think that you're a highly moral and good person. That is not how it works. Integrity is a byproduct of everything that you say matching everything that you do. So if you say you're going to get something done, you go through hell and high water to get it done. You will die trying before you give up. If you say that you have a philosophy and a tenet that you live by, whatever that is, whether it's religious or personal, and then you live by that philosophy and that tenet. You do not bow, you do not bend, you do not break, no matter regardless what the consequences are. That's what creates integrity. Now, if integrity is the basis and the foundation, so all you have to do is decide every time you say something, you're going to live by it. You will have integrity. The people who you have to earn respect from will then decide that the person that they're willing to give respect to is going to be based on how much integrity that you have. Plain and simple. This is how you gain and earn respect. This is how you keep it. And if you ever have to rebuild it, this is how you rebuild it. You can, and I know that you guys are thinking to yourselves, man, I hear this all the time. Oh, people get upset when I say that integrity is not based on morality, because your integrity has to be based on the morals and ethics of the industry that you're going in. If you're going into a business world, that's going to be very different than if you're going into, becoming a member at the church, which is going to be very different than if you're becoming a gang member. Now, you can earn very high levels of respect in any industry that you want, but your morals and ethics are going to have to align with that industry. So integrity is not based on morality. I don't think I can explain this to you any differently. Now, you can look down on certain industries all you want. Oh, man, it's not so important to me that I'm willing to lose my soul. Shut the fuck up. You're just not willing to do all the work it takes to get the money. But that's fine. You can look down on business people. You're more than welcome to do that. But just because you have moral superiority doesn't mean that you have integrity. Your words and your actions still have to fucking match in order to have integrity. That's why you can have all the moral superiority you want and still have very little to no respect in whatever industry that you're in. So your morals and ethics have to match the industry that you're going into. And then your integrity is based off of living according to those moral and ethics to the highest degree possible. Now, I want to make sure you understand though that just because you have respect doesn't mean that the world is going to be given to you. Respect, I do believe, is the highest form of, we'll call it power. Even though it's money, power, respect, and I separate them, we'll still call it power. But just because you have high levels of respect doesn't mean that the world is going to be given to you. You have to develop varying levels of all three of these things in order to have just a superior life. Now, we can give a very good example that I've given before. The hardworking, God-fearing man. And I mean a real one. So one that doesn't drink every turn, doesn't beat his wife, and doesn't cheat people. He's highly respected in his community. So the truly hardworking, God-fearing man that sacrifices everything for his family and does a good job of it, that man deserves all the respect in the world. All the respect in the world. But the truth is, just because he has high levels of respect doesn't mean that he has any power, because he's not in positions to put things into play. He's a hardworking man. He most likely has a manual labor job. This does not give him a lot of power in his industry. Now, he can develop it. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying naturally it doesn't happen. He's also not going to have a lot of money. Even though these jobs are like important for society to run, these jobs are not paid anywhere near what they're supposed to be paid. So doesn't mean that everything's going to be given to you just because you have high levels of respect. You are still going to develop an ability to gain one of the other two to gain the third. If you have any two of these things, the third will be brought to you. If you have money and power, if you have respect and power, somebody with money is going to come to you and give you something, give you the opportunities you need to start making money. If you have money and respect, people are going to want to try to put you in positions of power. This is how it works. You have to have varying levels of all three in order to have a superior life. So just because I'm telling you that respect is so important, and it is, doesn't mean that you're going to have a superior life. But you will be the easiest way to put it is you will be a superior being amongst the people that you're around, and they will give you the respect that you deserve as long as your actions and your words always match. So I want you guys to get this in your head. Money, power, respect. It's listed in that order because they're listed in the order of difficulty that they are to attain. Money is the easiest to make, which means that respect is the hardest to attain. Respect is the hardest to attain. It's the easiest to lose, and it's more difficult to have to regain people's respect. In order to gain respect or regain respect or maintain your respect, it's going to be based off of your foundation of integrity. Integrity is merely just your actions and your words coming together and matching at all points in time. It is not based on morality. It is a byproduct of your words and your actions always matching. And then that will give you the ladder and the basis, the ladder and the foundation to which other people, you can earn their respect and they will give it to you. Respect may be the most important, but you can't live with just respect. I just wanted to give you guys a basic rundown of how important respect is and why it's at the end of the list of money, power, and respect.